Good morning. From the Firth of Forth. Very sunny here in Inverkeithing, Scotland. Can you hear that over there? Scrapworks over there, they're so loud. Ditching all that scrap. Yeah, so we are in Inverkeithing in Scotland to go and have a look at the Hospitum of Greyfriars. Greyfriars Monastery, Friars of Grey, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Medieval monastery here in Fife. It's so loud. Bro. And this is looking out in the Firth of Forth. Do you know if this little bay has a name? This little inlet here?
I did, because I did my advanced powerboat here, but I can't remember what it is. This is where they dismantled quite big warships in days gone past, and battleships, but nothing much at all nowadays.
Apart from whatever they're scrapping over there.
Yeah.
Very noisily.
Probably cars and things.
Cars and washing machines and your old toaster.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're just hanging out here for a minute before we go a wandering on a medieval adventure. The Forth Bridge is there. The Queen's Ferry crossing is there. And the train bridge is somewhere over there. Wait, it should be that way. Aha! Up there. Right there at the top of that smoke. And Edinburgh over that way. North that way. And yeah.
That's simply Inverkeithing Bay out there.
Oh.
And this is uninspiringly called the Inner Bay.
Oh, Inner Bay. I didn't get invented with that one. So we are in Inverkeithing just now. This is a little community garden. Inverkeithing, your last stop, pretty much, before you go over the Forth Bridges to Edinburgh. There is North Queen's Ferry. Oh, there goes another train. Okay. And yeah, like I say, we're going to go on a little pilgrimage up to the Greyfriars Monastery and have a look around the outside and the gardens and chat about it a bit. So let's get going. Okay. I'm going to go through this arch here. Obviously not a medieval car park. This would have just been all monastery lands, I would imagine.
Yeah, these seem to be still laid out according to the old rigs, RIGGS, or the strips of land that were allocated to each property. So if you look at the surrounding area, strips of land running down to the cliff, which would have been allocated to each property, but presumably ultimately owned by the hospitum. And I suppose more appropriately it ought to be called a friary, because it's the Greyfriars. Friars were originally itinerant, wandering orders, but obviously they needed a headquarters, so ultimately they had a monastery, a building which to work from, rather than wandering around the countryside all the time and depending on other people's hospitality.
And grow their own stuff, raise their own things.
Yep.
Pigs, sheep, whatever.
Yep.
It's just around this corner. And it's here. So you can see, yeah, it's right in the middle of Inverkeithing. So the first settlement would have been like right here. Yeah, so known as Inverkeithing Friary, Hospitum of Greyfriars, or Greyfriars Monastery. It's from the 14th century, medieval, and it's the finest remaining example of a medieval friary in Scotland. So a workplace, domestic residence of monks. Let's look around the front first. We can in there. This was built along the Fife Pilgrim Way, which includes Dunfermline Abbey and St Andrew's Cathedral. We fell over there. So pilgrims would go along their merry way across Fife, visiting here Dunfermline Abbey, St Andrew's Cathedral. This would be like a sort of guest house or rest way, little stop along the way. Food, accommodation, help if they were ill, or so hospitum meaning guest house, not hospital, as I thought first.
Yes, hence the word hospitality.
Hospitality, there you go. I didn't link that one either. It's first mentioned in the 1268 charter of building a church and convent for the Franciscans. However, there's no further mention of it until 1384, but by then it was well established. Oh. Sorry about that.
Yeah, the pilgrimage included the shrine of St Margaret, also known as Queen Margaret in Dunfermline Abbey, and of course the shrine of St Andrew, the patron saint of Scotland.
Quite a lot of stops along the Fife coastal way for them. Do you know what really, really interests me, and I don't know why, is little windows like this and castles and historical places, and I don't know, just little windows. That's what really interests me. Oh, there's the sun.
the outline of the roof of the
Oh yeah.
what was in the adjoining building.
See the outline of a roof there. There's like a bigger, more recessed bit, and then a smaller bit which I suppose was like wood rafters or whatever. And
could have been two different buildings at two different stages in the development.
yeah, there's things that look like it's been blocked off, like here and there. It was just it was well established by 1384 as a site for the pilgrims to come and rest and stay on their journey. But it was sold in 1559 during the Scottish Reformation and remodelled into a tenement building. So this building that we're looking at was the west end of the friary, the only part that survived the 16th century alterations, and the rest was turned into a quarry, which I suppose would have been along that way, or...
what they mean by that is the stone was used.
Ah, right, okay.
They plundered the stone and used it for building other buildings.
And it was originally cruciform, so it was in the shape of a cross, like lots of medieval churches are. Cathedrals, mostly cathedrals, isn't it, that are cruciform?
Yeah, large religious buildings, certainly.
And this is the central part that still remains here. Let's walk on here.
So you've probably got the remains of, or you might have to have a much longer look at it too, but this might be the remains of the south transept. No, it can't be. The south is down there, isn't it?
Yeah, south is that way.
Yeah. But the transept was simply a crossing of the long bit of the cross of the building and the shorter bit, which you can see in most big religious buildings, Christian buildings I should say.
The gardens, this is the former courtyard, and you can still see the well, the original well, and cellars. I don't know where.
No, that's later.
Yeah. Maybe they're down this way. Maybe the cellars were like...
Or are they simply under the building?
Oh, maybe. No, well, it said you can see them from the gardens. Oh. So many people have come and gone from here. Not only the monks who lived here, but the pilgrims who made their journey, hundreds. There are no official reports of ghosts or ghost hunters or anything like that. No investigations. But when I was looking up the friary, I did find a hidden Google review. It was buried in amongst all the other ones. Just down there. Yeah. Yeah, there was a buried Google review about this place in the gardens. Just an unremarkable comment that nobody would maybe even read, but it actually sent chills down my spine. It said, "This place is so relaxing. There is various presence of numerous spirits, and a spirit of a monk at the red arched window as he has seen me. It was that last line that really freaked me out. The red arched window. Someone said there was a ghost of a monk and he had seen them. The red arched window. Wouldn't surprise me in the least, to be honest with you. Because how many monks have lived and died there, possibly their whole lives, spent there, looking after the people who come and go, tending the crops and livestock, so that there'd be enough for people to eat as they made their way along the five pilgrim way. Aha! My dad has found the old cellars. So we've got here old cellar wells. I'll go down and investigate those. Oh my gosh. Wow. A well, not a dungeon, but you know, still good. Well doesn't go far down now.
I don't think that's a well.
No?
I don't know what it is, but I don't think it's a well.
Some sort of storage?
Some sort of storage, yeah.
Not a dungeon, that's sad, but...
There's a bit that goes off that way.
Ooh.
It's perfect. It's very difficult to see with the sun.
Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah. It does go off that way. I can't really show you because it's too bright. Yeah, it goes off that way.
And we've got a vault here. So you can see the circular shed came up to the top here.
Oh yes. Yep.
And that looks like a chimney, but I don't think it is. I think it's a vent.
Oh. Yeah, there's no space for really a fire underneath it. Oh, yeah. What can you see? Ooh.
So I think the purpose of it was venting. It's obviously very deliberately built, but the substantial lintel there.
Yeah. These monks knew what they were doing.
Oh, they definitely knew what they were doing.
So this would have probably gone
Yeah,
like,
it's
like
a barrel vault.
Yeah. Storage of some kind.
A lot of storage, yeah.
Ooh,
They probably need to store grain, wine, beer.
The monks loved their buying a beer.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know what that bit is. You need to spend a long time down here to with some reference works to deduce what was what.
Let's have a looky in this bit.
The surrounding this is later. I think what they've done
Oh my.
is build out. Yeah, you can see the vaulting here. Look,
Oh yes.
the vaulting
Goes up and
so it's
around.
it went out to probably where the grass ends.
Right.
You see the grass start to slope up there.
Yeah.
So it probably went out to about there.
That's quite an intricate vault
Yes.
of... And there's a hole in the... No, there's not. That's just a grate. Okay, that's come off of there, I think.
Yeah.
That goes through there.
Yep.
And then it's the same sort of vaulted type, barrel type shape.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you would call that barrel vaulting. Barrel vaulting is really ceilings in churches, but it's certainly barrel vaulting shape.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm.
There's a wee window there which has been blocked up.
Ah.
You see, underneath the ivy.
Yeah. A window or just like a venti type?
I think that would have been a window. Let some more light in.
These stones all look very original.
This is a later repair,
Yeah.
obviously. But substantially it would have come out to here with the original stone, almost certainly.
So I imagine that goes through to the next one.
I would have thought so, yeah.
And they just, what, did they crawl through?
People were shorter in those days, but
Yeah.
they still have to bend to get through. Yeah.
And that's just iron grate, I suppose, would have been put on later and just blown clean off. Or fallen
This
clean off.
iron grate, I would think, is probably 19th century, just to keep people out.
Yep. Let's see So they would have had courtyard and then cellars, and this like these steps, maybe entrance to cellars and stuff like that, or where the steps are.
Those steps, I think, are later.
Yeah.
But there probably would have been original steps there.
Yeah.
The thing is, it occurs to me, where the existing path is up there would probably have been a cart track, because some of the stuff they would have had would have been very heavy.
Yeah.
So they'd need to put it on a horse and cart, or just on a horse, a pack horse.
Barrels and sacks of flour and
Yeah.
all that stuff. And they would have cooked it in there. This is just cellars. This is just storage. Do you think?
Oh yes. These aren't kitchens or anything.
Yeah.
That's my opinion anyway.
Just cold and
It'd be nice
place to
cold
store
in there.
stuff.
Structures like this keep a fairly cool temperature in summer.
In Scotland.
Yeah. This is a bit of a mystery, this thing. It's an interesting shape.
It's kind of squint compared to that as well. It's weird.
It's like a horizontal doorway.
Yeah.
I'm tempted to think a drain, but I don't think there'd be that many drainage problems here.
There was reference to a well, but there's a well up there,
Yeah, well,
you
I
know.
think there'd be-
Yeah, why would it be sort of door shaped?
You've got that conduit going out that way. I don't know if the conduit itself is high enough to stand up in. Oh no, it's not. It stops there, doesn't it?
It's just like a little sort of hole in the side. I don't know why.
So it's a special pit for something that you would not keep in the main cellar, and I can't think what that would be.
Not for people who annoy you.
Very interesting shape as well. It's like a horizontal doorway.
Yeah, and squint to the rest of the cellar.
No obvious means of getting in and out, is
Yeah. This is very cool. I wonder why they needed a vent on this one, but not on this one. Maybe like this was grain or something, or like
Yeah. Well, there may be a vent on that one, but you can't see it.
I saw a window, but that was it.
We could go up top and see if there's anything obvious.
Ooh. Can we get around?
Yeah.
I want to go up these steps.
Path down there.
Yeah, so there we go. There's the entrance to that one. And then it seems there's another one.
Chamber here, I think. Yeah,
Oh!
there's another.
Can't get
another
along there.
store there.
I'm not climbing that.
So they probably had separate stores for separate categories of materials.
Okay. The seagulls are being extremely noisy. Ah. Oh, this doesn't come out here. around and see what we can see. Well, not really. But I mean, you can't see anything.
No, you can't.
Well, you can see that from up here.
Very interesting.
Someone dropped a door and it stuck.
Yes.
Alice in Wonderland style. Yeah, no, you can't really see anything out here.
There's a sort of what appears to form an entrance there. So
Yeah.
I wonder if there were steps down there, but why would you want to step down to a chamber in which
It's quite
there's
small as
essentially
well.
nothing?
Like, yeah. No, very weird.
Right.
And I assume this was all just the same. Like, would they? I'm assuming like maybe crops and stuff out that way,
Oh, probably, yeah.
all the way down to the water, maybe.
Yes.
Fishing.
Fishing, they would have been fishing, certainly.
So fishing, some sort of crops.
Fruit as well.
Oh yeah, fruits. Because there's an orchard over there today, but
There would have been barley for the beer and possibly whiskey, wheat for eating. But barley also fodder crop for the cattle, sheep. Well, cattle.
what vegetables? They didn't have potatoes, did they? In medieval
not
times.
until about the
Queen Elizabeth.
16th century, yeah.
I know that from Blackadder.
They don't have turnips or neeps in Scotland.
Yeah.
Swedes, as they're known in other areas.
Root vegetables.
Root vegetables, yeah.
Mhm.
Carrots, turnips, parsnips.
Probably much smaller and
Brassicas, cabbage, so on.
all the way down to the water. Go down for some fishing. Pick some crops, tend to the gardens. Fruit, bread, whiskey, beer, wine. Pigeons. Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, pigeons, sir.
And I imagine the rest of it basically would just be forests.
There would be a lot of forest round about here.
Mm.
The monks and friars tended to cultivate substantial areas, particularly where the land was rich. And I think it probably would have been down here.
It's really nice today. I can only imagine what they thought when it was springtime and they could finally plant some more crops and not survive off of last year's apples and whatever they'd managed to preserve. Anyway, so that is that. The medieval monastery of Greyfriars. I forgot what it was called a minute. Hospitum of Greyfriars, where pilgrims would come along their merry way, tired, probably bleeding and ill, and have a rest and some food.
Yeah, they would have come across the Queen's Ferry, which was founded by St. Margaret, or Queen Margaret, the wife of Malcolm Canmore, and the ferry would have come across more or less where the camera is pointing at the moment.
That's Queen's Ferry Crossing
And
Bridge.
The bridge is known as the Queen's Ferry Crossing in commemoration of the original Queen's Ferry.
Across there. In some sort of rowy type boat.
There might have been a sailing boat.
Oh, sailing
which
type
could
boat.
be rowed as well.
Yeah, you can sail across the Forth, can't you? Yeah.
Yes.
I see lots of sailing boats over there. Imagine you'd be waiting a few days though, like, but it would be a few days between getting there and getting over to here.
No, there would almost certainly have been a regular service, which took place on the 4th in many places. Also on the Tay, there were lots of ferries going across the Tay. And they're very necessary on the 4th, because I think the lowest bridge point would have been at Stirling in medieval times. The bridge, same bridge that William Wallace defended in the Battle of Stirling Bridge. So if you wanted to come to the north of the 4th from Edinburgh, you'd have to go all the way around Stirling or take a ferry.
Go all the way down that way, or go that way. Yeah, and there's the red arched window where one Google reviewer said they saw the ghost of a monk. Who are we to argue? And I mean, with the number of monks that have lived there and people have been through there, why not? Okay, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you next time.